Welcome to this video. In this video, you're going to see how to catch so many fish at Perry Lake. It's going to blow your mind. No largemouth, no smallmouth. I apparently don't know how to catch those. But white bass and drum, we're going to have a time catching them. The problem is that I was fishing a tournament and I was trying to catch largemouth and smallmouth and couldn't. I top 10'd it. I don't know how I did it. Got a top 10, and by top 10, literally 10th place out of 22 boats, 22 teams. Fishing by myself. I don't have a teammate. Practice was something that I had to do for this tournament. I'd only been to Perry Lake once before to make this video, where it'll link up or show, and I was trying to catch bass then too. 7 species day. It sounds fantastic. 7 species day. And I did. I caught all kinds of fish, but just no real bass. I caught some shorts, but I don't know where the bass are. And it happened to me today. But I went to practice. What you're about to see is my practice. I was able to go for a couple of hours, I want to say Tuesday morning, and then I went a couple of hours Friday morning. By a couple of hours, I literally mean like Friday morning. I was at the ramp at 6:45, and I was off the water by 9:30, and heading in to go do some inspections. Work. Anyway, so I really only got 4 or 5 hours of practice on this lake for this tournament outside of that one other day before. And that's all I've ever been on the lake. I'm not trying to make excuses. It actually should be, there should be enough time for me to figure out, but I don't know. Remember the saying, be kind, rewind? Be kind and pick up your fishing line. So as you can see, over 5-6 hours of practice over the course of 2 mornings, I really have nothing established. I don't know what to do. I just know that I don't want to catch white bass and drum all day. I don't want to do that. So my thought process is, going into the tournament morning, bigger top waters, things that the white bass are going to kind of stray away from a little bit. The drum aren't going to come up top. So, you know, I'm thinking bigger top waters. I'm thinking bigger profile spinner baits. You know, still gonna catch a white bass or two, but nothing like a wake bait. The wake bait is the deal right now, but it's just white bass after white bass after white bass. Crankbait should be the deal. It should be the ticket, but I'm catching too many. I'm catching more drum and white bass, and while I think that may be the actual right lure to throw, you know, that possibly a jerkbait, I don't know what to do to not catch all the white bass, and as weird as it sounds, I don't want to do that. So here I am starting off my day, and if you've seen this video, then you know that I fancy myself as an accurate caster. In fact, I'm at least the second best caster in this house, as this video will show you. And, you know, I see some branches in the water, and I'm so accurate that not only did I cast close to the limb, but I found the limb pretty well, and it wrapped. If you don't know what a whopper plopper is, it has 2 treble hooks, so basically 6 hooks on this lure, and I hit a part of the branch that my old eyes couldn't see, and it was still kind of early in the morning, and I thought I could flip her in there, and I was wrong. So that's how we started the day. If that's any indication on how the day is going to go, buckle in, boys. Straightened out my spinnerbait, Jesus. There's no way it's 15, but we gotta check. 14 and a quarter. That'll keep. That should keep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Number 1. That's my first keeper bass in Perry Lake. may throw nothing else for the rest of the day but a spinnerbait. I lied about the spinnerbait part. It was just calling for a wake bait. He felt bigger than that. That was a big one. Big one. I retied my line last night. That was giant. So I've been tournament fishing for over 20 years, and I've been throwing a Texas red crawdad for even longer than that. I know what bites feel like on it, size and things. I'm not just, I missed one and I said that it was a big one. It was indeed a giant. But here's the problem with this, is that upon further reflection, I really honestly don't think it was a bass. just because of how everything unfolded. You know, I pitched past the tree, it pendulum swing down, I was dead sticking it, I was waiting for the bite actually came, you know, it damn near jerked the rod out of my hand on slack line, and I hit it, and, you know, it was only a split second, but I kind of felt kind of a monstrous head shake for just a split second, and then my line broke. And it flustered me. It really did. It got into my head. The problem is now that I'm sitting here, now I'm confident that it was like a muskie or a northern. I'm going with northern. And I don't even know if there's northern pike in Perry, so maybe I'm looking like a fool right now. But my guess is it was the northern pike. But at the time, I was like, oh my God, that was a giant, a giant bass. I still kind of questioned, I may not have been a bass, but in my mind, it's like, what if it was? What if it was a 6 pounder, 7 pounder? And so I spent a couple of hours trying to duplicate that, idling around and motoring around, trying to find more wood, 10, 15 feet off the bank or whatever. And I couldn't even find it. So, one of the cons of not knowing the lake and pre-fishing, there may not have been any more wood like that. I don't know. Anyway, so that, it got me flustered, and that killed a couple of hours, but, went back at it and just couldn't get any more keepers, not of any good size. Giant. I mean, it may not even have been a bass. It was that big. That bite was monstrous. God bless. Day, in a nutshell, it was, I didn't even show you all the fish I caught. So many white bass, so many drums all day long, even when I'm literally trying to avoid them with the lures and the way that I'm fishing, and just can't keep them off. So I'm taking my daughter tomorrow. We're gonna go have some fun fishing. That's what I was just getting ready. We're gonna throw square bills. I'm not making a video on this one. She'll probably be mad about it because she likes being a YouTube star. But we're just going to go do some daddy-daughter fun fishing. But stay tuned. There is a lake coming up that I have had the opportunity to pull up on Google Earth. And I've watched one YouTube video of just some guy, I don't know who, fishing there. And, I'm just looking at the background. And I got to tell you, from what I've seen so far, this lake is setting up to be in my wheelhouse. And, I try not to be too confident without reason. I think this next video you guys are going to enjoy. I can only imagine these other guys are going to catch them too, because it just looks like a lake chock full of bass. It just looks like it. You know, it's a no-wake lake is what somebody was telling me, so I don't know what that means out here in Kansas. You know, in Colorado, no-wake lakes, you can still use your big motor, but I know in some other parts of the country, it means no motor. So it could be trolling motor only. I don't know. We shall see when we get down there, but stay tuned for that video, because I think if you're into bass fishing, I think you're going to like it a lot more. If you like this video, you're going to like the next one a lot. And I've never been there. I don't know, but my gut tells me that it's going to set up for me pretty well, which means there's probably going to be a lot of fish caught and some good weight. I'm just guessing. I don't know. So stay tuned, and we will see you next time. Thanks.